Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Master, where we rank, review, trailer react, and talk about movies, TV shows, and games. So, if you guys do not know, and I've already said this 4 times, I am a Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan. I've already done a video where I rank all the seasons. Want to check that out. This video will be talking about all kinds of predictions and my thoughts on recent trailers uploaded, videos about people talking about this. All kinds of stuff. And I'm going to give a little bit of a background before I delve into the main point. So, we'll start at the beginning with Dan Gore, Dan Gore and Michael Schur, the creators of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Dan Gore worked on the US version of The Office, or created it. Michael Schur worked on the Parks and Recreation show. Two people who got really accomplished shows. Parks and Rec an Emmy nomination. I don't know about Office. I've heard they're very great. Check them out myself. They're very good shows. Not for me, but everyone can like them. Everyone can have their own liking. But nonetheless, those shows are iconic. And so, yeah, NBC backed up this time by making this third show. And so a bunch of the studios fought for rights on who would make Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And eventually Fox picked it up and made the show. And Fox has made other shows I've seen, like Lethal Weapon. I saw the adaptation of the Lethal Weapon reboot. Not that many stuff, but yeah. Well, I've probably seen some of the other stuff, but anywho, a few characters were added into the show, like Gina Linetti, played by Chelsea Peretti. She was an exaggerated version of her, Morley, sort of. She was auditioning for the role of Megan Diaz, who was Rosa Diaz in the show, but instead they wanted to give that a different role. She ended up getting her own unique role. They did it specifically for her. And then Terrence Jeffords, or Terry Jeffords, is played by Terry Crews, and Morley an exaggeration of the actor who plays him. And yeah, the character of and his liking for minivans did actually come from the actor. And with that, other characters were cast. Stephanie Beatriz was cast as Rosa Diaz, and Melissa Fumero was casted as Amy Santiago. Andy Samberg was cast as Jacob Peralta, and Audrey Barrows was casted as Captain Holt, along with whoever the hell plays Hitchcock and Scully. In fact, Rosa Diaz was supposed to be auditioning for the role of Amy, but when she didn't get the role, she thought that, well, good luck to them, and I doubt they would let the two Latino ladies onto the show, but they did, and she ended up playing Rosa Diaz, and she's the best. All the actors are the best in their roles. The show got picked up for a pilot, was filmed, and in fact, one character was indeed cut from the show. Daniel is a very obscure character within the Brooklyn Nine-Nine canon, appearing for only the pilot and has not appeared since or been mentioned. Out of canon reasons, she likely didn't reappear or didn't get asked to come back. The likely in-canon reason is she retired, which is nice, and some people predict she might come back, but at this point, Daniels has been so far of an obscurity character in the show, there's no reason to make her an important character again. It got picked up for a 22 episode season. A lot of these episodes are memorable and good, starting up tropes like the Halloween heist, starting up with a lot of different running gags like Charles Boyle's sexual innuendos, Jake saying random silly lines like "tie off your sex tape" or something else. He's said too many different things over the years. There's so many plot lines that were established in the first season, and it's very cool. It was a very good season. Season 2 was even better than that, and it was a 23 episode run. A lot more of the episodes there are likable. And yeah, plus the blossoming namecheck of Jake and Amy is just so adorable in my opinion. Then you bump into season 3, which bumps it up even more. Captain Holt's been fired. Then they get a replacement, Seth Dozeman, played by guest star Bill Hader, but then is killed by accident by Jake and Amy, who are caught making out. And then the Vulture, one of their sworn enemies from the last season and this season, becomes the new captain. Yeah, and then Holt gets reinstated as captain. And then someone else takes his place, who's a dum dum. Then Holt comes back, then gets demoted to someone else. But yeah, season 3 bumped it up more. Then season 4 bumped it up even more. Season 5, and at that point, that's when they decided to press the cancel button on the show. The show had always enjoyed very warm reviews, but the reception, or should I say, ratings of the show have already been very inconsistent and low. With this, they ended the season on the plotline of Jake and Amy getting married, and since that season, and I believe, in my opinion, is the worst way to end a show, in my opinion, not the worst way, but one of the, in my opinion, is dumb way to end the show, because every end of season they'll leave a big plot line that the next season is to try and tie up. And that season led the big plot line. Number one, Jake and Amy were married. Number two, Holt did not get the job as commissioner. Number three, what happens to all these characters now. So yeah, it would have been nice to see more stories after Jake and Amy got married. And luckily, they did. And they kept it interesting because NBC came in and saved the day after a bunch of famous and a bunch of the fan base came out and supported them to bring the show back. So the show came back. NBC brought the show back for season 6 and 7. Everyone was so happy, and the show took a different route. Some things were altered. Chelsea Peretti did leave the show and only appeared in 3 episodes and was mentioned in some others. And overall, no offense to those who really liked her character, I was not that saddened when she left. I found this episode very weird to watch. It was sad that she was leaving, but it was an episode that gave me a lot of conflicted feelings. I liked the character. I didn't mind her character, but she provided very funny comedy, but I didn't mind her while she was, and she completed her arc by that point. At that point, her arc had been completed. Her arc had been practically rounded out. She had gone from she was still just kind of the same person, but still, nonetheless, her arc was completed. And, yeah. But nonetheless, season 6 was a great season, and it ended on an awesome note with Hulk getting demoted. And yes, spoilers for those seasons, but it's already been out since 2018 or 2018, so yeah. Anywho, nonetheless, they got aired it for a 7th season. It probably got condensed down to 13 episodes, likely due to the COVID pandemic, and ended in mid-April. I would know that because I watched the final episode in mid-April. I watched about the first 10, 11 episodes, and then watched the last 2 when they came on TV. So yeah, but nonetheless, what I heard before prior to this whole new setup is that season 8 was definitely happening, and so was season 9. Season 8 was in production and starting to shoot, getting ready to shoot, and season 9 was just in pre-production. Then obviously the sad passing of George Floyd, a very crucial part that I think will thankfully change the way people see black people in America. I do not know why it is so why people treat people like that, but it's segregation and discrimination. Yeah, I had to bring it up anyway because, well, it's one of the reasons why. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm about to round up the recap by now. To finish off the recap, the writers knew that since police brutality and COVID-19 had become so crucial in the world, and not crucial, had become so big and too big to ignore, they had to throw it out completely. Plus, not to mention, New York was one of the areas where it was majorly going on in. So they had to scrap the entire first 4 episodes, start from scratch. And in early 2021, they decided to cancel. In February, they decided to cancel season 9 and make season 8 the last season. And posters started getting released around May this year is when they revealed a trailer. July this year is when they revealed some posters, and recently the month they released another trailer where they showed new clips. And yeah, that's a recap. Obviously, as some people know, well, those who actually try to learn, no offense to those who look around who look extensively into what's happening. One partial reason I believe it might be theories as to why it might get cancelled. Number one, it's probably gone some tiny bit of inconsistent review ratings, since it's probably kept the inconsistent ratings that probably would have made it cancel. Probably. Now, one big thing is the police brutality. Police brutality is a major thing that's popped up now since the passing of George Floyd. Obviously, one of the cops that took his life was sent to jail, and the other 2 are waiting to be prosecuted. And yeah, and I spent one whole night watching a bunch of videos on colored people getting pulled over. Very fun time. But nonetheless, police brutality has obviously affected a lot of police shows, which ended up getting cancelled. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is on the cutting room floor, and a lot of people think it's getting cancelled. Whilst I am in a disagree, yes, police brutality is so unfair, and yes, I believe it is so unfair that there are officers in any country who are supposed to be serving and protecting our place of well-being. Yes, even cops here. I'm not surprised that even cops here will probably be racist. That every cop should respect the uniform they wear and treat everyone as equals. not treat some of them like they're complete garbage or like they're the Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you're a movie geek, you might get that reference. But the point is that police brutality has obviously affected the show, and that's why it's likely that they're going to be cancelling the show. It's very sad to see the show go, and I am deeply disappointed, and I'm very sad they're not going to end it on Season 9, Episode 9. Yeah. It had a good run in my opinion, but it had a good run in a lot of people's opinions, including my own, but overall, no, I want to go for a few more seasons. I love the show. It's a very, very close show to me, and I love the show. It was a very big new show for me that for once no one else actually influenced me on liking. Most of my other things, most of my core likings like Marvel and Transformers came from my mother as well. I was sitting in my lounge and I had my mother put on show stuff on the TV, so I was bored and I played with my toys. Plus, Marvel and Transformers are pretty much really the only interesting things on my TV. And Thomas and all that, yeah, that was pretty much my own influence. I just liked watching it. I just found that stuff on my media player. So, but this was one of the many things where I was not influenced by my mom or dad, and I found out via my mother or my father or my friends that how I turned out to like this. I actually discovered this all on my own via trying to look for Jump Street because I wanted to see the original one with Johnny Depp. To see, yeah. Sadly, I didn't find it, so I found Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I heard about it from a ad that played on Juke, which showed a trailer for season 6, and then an ad for Brooklyn Nine-Nine coming up next on a Channel 3. Then I heard about a few YouTube videos, and then I watched a YouTube video about behind the scenes. And then after searching it for a few days on Netflix, I finally went on, searched it up, found it, clicked on it, and watched it on a day about 2 years ago. And ever since then, I've been watching it. And they've added the 6th and 7th season to the show. And I've watched all 7 seasons. I've watched about the first 6 seasons 3 to 4 times. 5 times soon. And the 7th season will be the 3rd time I've re-watched the season. Third. So yeah. And I'm going to be very disappointed that the show's ending. I would either love it to end on these 4 notes. Number 1. And this is going to be the likeliest option. End on season 8 and not continue the series at all. Number 2, end continue with seasons, but end on season 9, episode 9. Number 3, end on a movie. Or number 4, end on season 8, but then have a movie. Or end on season 9 and continue with season 9 and then end with a movie. Or just continue for season 9 and onward. None of these 5 or 6 options will not happen. Will likely not happen. Number 1 will definitely be happening. The other 5 will probably not happen. But fans, a big amount of the fandom are convincing and putting up petitions for them to convince them to do the show. And yes, I've already seen the new trailer, and I'm a bit disappointed. Hitchcock will not be returning, considering he's one of the disgusting atrocities of the show. And him without Scully can't be without Hitchcock, and Hitchcock can't be without Scully. They're a comedic duo. They're a package deal. We're a package deal. Everybody knows that, as Hitchcock once said. So him being kept to a online screen is disappointing. It's likely because they cut him off. They kept him off screen because for some reason he couldn't return. Obviously, the pandemic has made a big effect, so likely we'll sadly get no Peralta kiss scenes. And I'm very disappointed Jake's son, Mac Peralta, will not get that much screen time, since he was so hyped up in the 7th season, and shown only a little in the 13th episode, and shown only a few times in the 10 episodes. Everyone else's kids are nearly gone shown, and it would have been nice to see expansion. Because so far, Terry Jeffords has 3 children, Cagney, Lacey, and Ava. Charles has his adopted son, Nikolaj, or however the hell anybody pronounces it. No one can pronounce it right, apparently, to Charles and Nikolaj, or whatever the fuck his name is. I really don't give a damn at this point. Gina's daughter, and Jake's son, Mac. That's about 4 of the 9 members that have children. It's unlikely Holt will be able to have a kid, because and plus, Jacob, he has an entire family of children. So, yeah. And and I've also seen this cool short video where they showed a 100,000 piece puzzle of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine show, which I really hope gets put out on the internet, because I will definitely buy that. Because I would buy that for Christmas money. Who wouldn't want to buy a Brooklyn Nine-Nine puzzle? If it's 1,000 pieces, then so be it. But I'd love to just have that. hardly my mother's assistance. That I'm gonna, yeah. If I ever find that Brooklyn Nine-Nine puzzle that I saw in that short YouTube video of Scully's actor Bodine, I'll put on Brooklyn Nine-Nine episodes, my favorite episodes, and yeah, I'll even do marathons and do favorite remix ones in my favorites for my favorites of each season. So my overall thoughts on it: no, I don't like the 8th season. I will probably respect it more, but yeah, I just don't think it should be. It doesn't feel right to me. The show, it feels unexpected. It doesn't feel right that they should end it on 8 seasons. The show should continue for a 9th or 10th season. I wouldn't mind it to continue for 10 seasons. To keep it up, that they have 5. Because Fox made 5 seasons. And NBC's only going to make 3 in total. If they made 9th and 10th, it would have been cool. Or even make a movie, a big budget movie, which is sadly not going to happen, because if they try to make a big budget movie, it'd be pushed back to 2022. Yes, I know COVID sucks. The first year it was terrible. It's likely going to go on forever. And thank you, Donald Trump, because now America is doomed. I'm not joking. Not only the movie division is not the only thing I'm concerned about. The fact that America has gone effed up thanks to Mr. Donald Trump is not surprising. Yeah, over about 1 million people from America are buried in the ground 6 feet under thanks to Mr. Donald Trump. So it'll be unlikely that he'll ever get back in office. His little little fat baby little supporters will probably come scrambling over to try and vote for him. And then a big fan amount of people who want to vote for the other one. Well, yeah, but yeah. Nonetheless, I'm disappointed, and overall, I'll give my overall final thoughts in the later part of the video. But for now, I'm going to do predictions. And 8 predictions. Get it? 8 predictions. This is 8 predictions on who's going to return. So yeah, number 8, a bunch of shenanigans will happen. This is the most obvious thing, and I don't know why I added this. I just need something that would likely happen. This is all randomized order. This won't be from likely to happen to not likely to happen. This is all in random order. It will be obvious that a bunch of shenanigans will go on. Stuff will get broken. Hearts will get broken. Halloween heists. Moving on. Number 7, Charles will win the Halloween heist. I do not want Hitchcock and Scully winning the Halloween heist. No, it just doesn't satisfy. Plus, Hitchcock has now disappeared from the show. For Scully to just appear as the Halloween heist without Hitchcock, they're just to do it together. They're a package deal. And Charles is one of the tramps. He needs to be a champ. Plus, and either that or Jake should win or something. Overall, yeah, I'd just like for Charles to win because he hasn't had a good round, and all his other co-workers have won. Jacob Peralta won in season 1's Halloween heist. Holt won season 2's. Amy season 3. Gina season 4. Tiebreaker season 5. Terry season 6. Rosa season 7. Who will win season 8? I wouldn't mind if they did this. Season 8. Scully and Hitchcock win season 8. Charles wins season 9. Boom. Or, I don't know, something else. But yeah, this is disappointing. We won't be able to see the whole main crew win the Halloween heist, all of them. So yeah, I'm going to be disappointed. Hitchcock and Scully might win the Halloween heist. Yeah, this might have been pushed to definitely not, since without Hitchcock, that just practically makes Scully, eh. Yeah, and without Hitchcock, it just makes it feel weird. So yeah, no. Number 5, the one I really want to happen. Jake will win the Halloween heist. That's one I really want to happen because it will really go full circle that he started and won the first heist and then started and won the last Halloween heist, which would be nice to see. And I'm not surprised that the Halloween heist will definitely be happening considering what is tradition. The Jimmy Dave games, I did not like those. I didn't mind it for the 2nd season. I did not really care for it when it returned. It was not as good as the original, and yeah. Season 7 was less underwhelming. This one's going to be even more underwhelming than its predecessor. So yeah, this is one I'm hoping to do since it'll make it go full circle, and I just really hope this happens. Number 4, Jake and Amy will work together in the Halloween heist. This is unlikely to happen due to the fact that Jake and Amy have only worked together once on the Halloween heist. That is his first ever win in season 1. Amy helped Holt season 2. Amy decided to win season 3 for her being not really treated well by Jake or Holt, who being competitive and being childish. Season 4, she worked on her own team since she was a previous champion. 5, 6, 7, And I do not know why. I hope someone tells her that she did not win the Halloween heist in season 5. Yeah, to be clarified, she did not at all have a chance. She did get the cummerbund first, so that's half a point. But they ended up getting the possession of Holt first, so he got the cummerbund first. So technically, Holt got it first. But after Holt, then you have, well, Amy, then Jake. It was a tiebreaker, but Holt ended up getting in the end, technically making him the victor of that heist. Whoever has it by midnight is winner of the Halloween heist. That is Holt. Amy got an altered version. I would love to just shove that into Amy's face, but since she's a fictional character, and it would be very unsatisfying saying that to the actress who plays her, and I don't have contact with any of them, yeah, it's just, yeah. I posted a TikTok on it. I'm just gonna explain. I'll just explain in the mini video. But nonetheless, I'd love Jake and Amy to work together. Sadly, won't. But they look like just somebody who could work together. I would just like if they worked in trios or something. And make a plan I can follow. Because the plan they made last season was I couldn't follow. It was like a Michael Bay movie. And that, yeah, Transformers 1 was easier. Transformers 2 was easier to follow than that movie than Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Okay, maybe not that harsh, but it was better. Yeah, but I could follow Transformers: Dark of the Moon better than Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 7's Halloween heist episode. Comedy and laughs, but boring and very uninteresting. So, but yeah, sadly, I would love this to hopefully hope, but yeah. And number 3, babysitting Mac Peralta. Seeing the idea of Charles or Rosa or someone else babysitting Mac Peralta would be a fun idea. Seeing the concept of Jaina and Jake meeting their children up, or Terry or something, it's just fun and a fun idea to play around with, and I really like the idea. He is the youngest child out of all the children. The oldest is Cagney and Lacey. Then third is Nikolaj. Fourth is Ava. Fifth is Gina's daughter, and sixth is Mac Peralta. He is the youngest child out of the Brooklyn Nine-Nine's children. So yeah, I'm very happy they're parents, but I'm also very sad Mac Peralta will probably not get that much screen time. And unlike what Mojo said, I did not find them leading up to it entertaining. I found the amount of sex they had and the amount of prepping up to very... Yeah, it was very uncomfortable. It made me very uncomfortable. It was very nice hyping it up. And I did figure out that by the midpoint of the season, when they had taken a slow route to making to them having a baby, I knew that this would happen. So this is what I said in my head. I said, okay, this is gonna happen. They're gonna drag out the baby plotline for an entire season. Amy will get pregnant. She'll give birth. Then the baby, we only see the baby for the last several seconds of a few seconds of the episode, and then boom, the series will end. His name is Mac Peralta. It's not McLean Peralta Santiago. That makes no fucking sense. You cannot give a child a name that makes no sense. It should be either McLean Peralta, McLean Santiago, or McLean Peralta, or Mac Peralta. I'm just going to call him Mac. M-A-C-K. Mac Peralta. Because Peralta is his father's last name. People take normally, yes, you can take your mother's name, but he took his father's name. And Amy took her husband's name. It's Mac Peralta. And yes, I'm very aware of Teddy's proposal to Amy in season 7. A running gag is that Teddy, one of Amy's ex-boyfriends, often tries to propose to Amy and try to win Amy back from Jake, believing that Amy had got her heart and stolen from him by Jake, or that. But yeah, this will likely happen, and I would hope for it to happen. Number 2, another side character would die. Because, well, this seems to happen. Madeline once died. Many other characters have died or come back to life. And yes, I'm not mentioning the recurrent side characters. I know that characters like Gina Linetti will obviously have to make a return for the final season. Adrian Pimento, obvious. And I do think that Jake and Amy's parents will obviously make their comeback, along with all the relations in their family will likely make their comeback in the show. And I would love it for Rosa Diaz to finally find love. So, but yeah, nonetheless, yeah, I do hope that all these a character dying in a season is not uncommon in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But the idea of one of them dying, I just don't know. It's happened for the past 2 seasons. They've killed off characters off screen. So yeah, and nonetheless, yeah, And number one, the one I'm really hoping for, is Holt, Terry, Amy, or someone else will get promoted. Now, as you guys know, Terry was promoted to lieutenant, Amy was promoted to sergeant, and Captain Holt had a chance at being promoted to commissioner. Obviously, spoiler alert for season 5, he failed and sadly did not get the role of commissioner. So, yeah. But here's how I love it at the end of the show. Holt gets promoted to commissioner. Because Holt would obviously be wanting a commissioner, so promoting him to commissioner would be the best. His values and everything is what makes him a great detective, and him being commissioner will be better. Terry will get promoted to captain, seeing as he's the obvious best candidate, in my opinion, to lead the 99 and has as much heart and much more of a open, emotive person than Holt and can learn from Holt like Amy will. Yeah. So yeah, and it's likely that Amy will get the role of lieutenant and taking up Terry's position, and likely someone will take up her position as sergeant. It's unlikely that it'd be Jake, considering Jake loves the detective work and loves doing all the work. I would not if Jake would be unlikely to become a detective. He loves the work. He loves the physicality of it. And Charles, probable, but he likes hanging around Jake. Rosa, more. So yeah, out of all of them, it seems like Rosa will be the likeliest. Second would be Charles. Second and fighting for second tied to second would be Jake and Charles. But yeah, overall, yeah, that's my predictions on the show. And nonetheless, if you want to know my final thoughts, I'm disappointed. I loved Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I know that all things should come to an end, because a lot of stuff have sadly come to an end, but I'm very happy that Brooklyn Nine-Nine might get the ending it's deserved. I've gone a lot of series I've loved as a kid that have gone unfinished. One big series of my heart that I really loved was Spider-Man, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. And it's become a common thing on this channel, a theme that I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. Movie Flame is the Harry Potter guy. Sean Chandler's the movie guy. All kind of YouTubers have a specific thing they really, really like that they like to do as a theme on the channel. Spider-Man is their theme. I love Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite. He's my favorite superhero for a long time. I loved his movies, and the Sam Raimi movies were my favorite thing growing up as a kid. And as you can tell by the hundreds of Spider-Man posters around my room, I will probably show them at one point in the future. I'm a big Spider-Man fanboy. I have a little poster of him. I have a little slap thingy. I have Empire magazine on him. I have a little mask. I have a blanket of him. But yeah, the first Tobey Maguire series had 3 movies, with the plans for a 4th, but they cancelled that and rebooted it. And then the Amazing Spider-Man movies came out, which I didn't mind, but invested my time in them, and that got cancelled, which meant it was so sad because I invested a bit of time into those. Then a 3rd reboot came out, and likely if it gets rebooted again, then I'm just gonna give up because I have already seen 3 Spider-Man. I've been alive for 14 years, and I've seen 3 Spider-Man. Now, I've only been alive for 14 years. How is it that I've only been alive for 14 years, yet my parents have been around longer than me? And 3 Spider-Man have showed up in my life, and yet I've not been on this planet longer than they have been sitting on a toilet. That is one thing that confuses me. Because I did come out when the 3rd Spider-Man 3 came out. Spider-Man 3 came out in 2007. I was born on that year. Then the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out when I was 5. Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out when I was 7. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 came out when I was 5. Spider-Man Homecoming, 10. Into Spider-Verse and Venom, 11. Spider-Man Far From Home, 12. And I'm 14 this year, which is the year the new Spider-Man movie is coming out. I mean, I'll be 15 the next year when Into the Spider-Verse 2 finally hit cinemas. And I have seen What If. Finally. And it was a really good show, actually. But back onto the point, is it's finally nice to get a show I really like get a nice, good conclusion. Because Spider-Man never got a good conclusion. Transformers didn't get a conclusion. Because, well, thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael Bay and Paramount, for wrecking one of my favorite childhood trilogies. But yeah, nonetheless, I am very disappointed that ending at 8 seasons. I would love it to continue. Unlikely that'll happen, but I'm happy for all the shows it gave us and all the thrills and laughs. I will likely be making another video, but not today. I literally don't have enough time. But yeah, I've loved the show, and I'm very happy it's getting an 8th season. But I'm disappointed, and I'm just gonna hold out a lot of linger of hope that they'll make a 9th season, because this is not the season that ended on. Launching a petition from a schmuck like me will not work. It'll take Joe Biden to probably resurrect the show. And yes, if you're wanting another true reason, I believe it would probably be police brutality. It's probably the true reason why they're canceling it. Sad, but true. But yeah. I hope to see Brooklyn Nine-Nine continue its series, or just get a movie, please. 8 seasons, as I've already told hundreds of people around me, 10 episodes cannot convey a full ending. Because there have been 7 seasons of this, over 100 episodes of meticulous storytelling. There's been coverted plot holes. There are plot holes, plot lines, character arcs. Not to mention a whole bunch of fan service you have to do in 10 episodes. That can't be done. Not to mention this, new characters, new character arcs, new storylines, new plot lines, new character arcs, a bunch of new BS. All has to be tightened down like a bunch of screws. So yeah, stuff like that has to be closed off. And like I said, I'm already sad and Mac Peralta will not get screen time. Because making them have a child and then cutting it off halfway through is disappointing. I would hope to have seen it go for 10 seasons or 9. Because the options I want is 1, which is the one I really want to happen. They continue it for 10 seasons and get a movie. They continue it for they continue for 9 seasons and then get a movie. They continue for 9 seasons. They continue for 9th season. They end with an 8th season and get a movie. Or they end with an 8th season, which is likely the 8th season option, which is where they're going to end it with that, or they'll love a movie, but due to the COVID pandemic and all the stuff in New York going on, it's unlikely we're going to get it. But yeah, 10 episodes, in my opinion, can't convey a proper finale. It won't. So overall, I'm disappointed it's ending. I'm happy. I think I'm bittersweet. I'm happy it's in. I'm happy that we got into the season of the show and it's not getting cut abruptly. I'm disappointed because it's ending, and 10 episodes. I'm just, yeah. 10 episodes can't convey what a ending should be. Yeah, this is a little taste of what I'm going to be talking about Brooklyn Nine-Nine season 8 later, and my reflection video at the end of the year. This is just a taste of what you're going to get, except it'll be much more real at the end of the year. But yeah, overall, I'm just I'm just very disappointed and saddened. Bittersweet, very, very bittersweet. No, wait. Bittersweet, but very, very disappointed and sad. So, yeah. But at least we got to watch a few things. But overall, there's something I should cover in another video. I will see you guys later. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, just click the notification bell, whatever version of this YouTube you're on. And enjoy all the other videos I've posted on my channel. And yeah, just make sure to check out Movie Master and subscribe. This was Movie Master telling you. I'm gonna tell you this, where you can watch movies, love them, hate them. Yeah, I just need to find a line like Engo, like be geek, be proud, palm in your face. I'm not gonna but yeah, palm in your face. I really need to figure out a catch line.